It's me, Jodi Duncan AIFD, your 2013 Design Star, and I'm coming to you from the month of March. March is a month when winter is releasing us from its cold, icy grip. And winter is cold and rough and crusty, just like these containers. I love the containers from UCI, these concrete containers. We have the Trough and the Basin, and they just really reminded me of winter when I got to looking at them. That's kind of how we all feel this time of year. And what a better way to transition into springtime than with some great Mayesh product. So I've taken some red dogwood and some novelty tulips, along with the fragrance of the scented geranium. I've taken the basin and the trough container, I set up on its end, and what I did first was I coated the inside because these are actually for permanent botanicals, not for fresh, but I wanted to use them for fresh flowers. So I turned one up on its side and then just put water in the bottom, which is a really different take on this container. The armature, I just took some of the red dogwood and twisted around and used the wire from Oasis. Bent it. It's really nice and fresh and supple, so with the warmth of my hands and just a little bit of technique, I can bend it and sink it right into this Oasis, which has been secured into the bottom of the container. Just bending the red dogwood, and you can shape it around to make it however you want. Build some really fun structures that are whimsical and interesting. I cut those off with my hand pruners. Give it just a little bit of a bind right here to secure it, and then I'm going to insert it right down into this trough container. So we do have the tension of the strong lines from the UCI container up against the movement and depth that's created with the red dogwood. The novelty tulips are so much fun. I love the color that they create. Sometimes the foliage can overpower the tulip, and if it's not perfect, of course, we don't want it for our customers. So I just strip those foliages right off, and of course cut them at an angle. And I've already got fresh water right down in here, so I can just set those right in and actually use the armature to support the tulips. It's a very organic design, it's a very natural design, and of course, since they're right in water, they're going to drink and be quite happy. I'm going to leave the length on some, just tuck it into the edge, and then work it around into the structure. I'm going to add some of these wonderful snapdragons right in here. I'm going to let some of them venture up into our armature, create some depth and some really fantastic movement. We're going to soften the edge of this container with just a few placements of the scented geranium. There are brighter, luscious days ahead, and we can certainly make them brighter still with these great snapdragons and tulips, succulent, and the red dogwood, as well as the fragrant scented geranium. It's a great transition from winter into springtime. These containers are really dynamic. You can turn them over. This one can stand up on its side. You can actually stack them and make a really fantastic display for an event or for your store window. This one can even be set down, and it's supported by the armature. With the great lines from these containers, you can do any number of things. March is indeed our transitional month. It's getting away from winter and from the cold and the rough and the harsh, which is the containers, into the lush and the fragrant and the textural and the softness, which is the flowers. So the tension between winter and springtime is really communicated well in this design for March. We have the whimsical tulips, the fragrant geranium, the red dogwood. We can enjoy color and texture again and look forward to the promise of spring.